This is KGW News at Sunrise.
And good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Tim Gordon.
Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm Christelle Kumwe. This morning on Sunrise, Highway 224 is almost ready to open for the first time since 2020. How new improvements will protect drivers on the road.
Plus, the murder trial of romance novelist Nancy Brophy continues tomorrow. The victim's parents take the stand, shedding light on the couple's marriage. But before we get to all that, here's Joe Ranieri with a quick look at the forecast.
Well, as you start your Sunday morning, we are going to be seeing some extremes, at least heading into the later part of the day and kind of the next couple of days. I know we're approaching mid-April, and I'm forecasting the chance to see a mix of rain and snow over the next couple of mornings. Now, don't expect to see a spring snowstorm or anything like that, but what we are seeing here out there this morning is basically more dry than wet conditions. We could be looking at some light passing showers, but as we put future casts into motion, I haven't stopped here at 4 o'clock this afternoon. That's when the showers are going to start to pick up, but you'll notice over the coast range, you're going to be seeing some snow showers out there, and they will be heavy at times, so be aware of that. You could be seeing some slick roads as you head over into the higher elevations. In fact, heading into the Oregon Cascades, you're going to be seeing some heavy snow throughout a good part of the day. You'll notice by 10 o'clock tonight, still there is cold air in place along the coast, obviously, the coast range rather, and the Oregon Cascades. But as we put this into motion late tonight and into early Monday morning, that is snow that's picking up there on the Futurecast. And again, the snow level drops to about 1,000 feet, but if the cold air is cold enough, we could easily see some spots down to the valley floor see a light mix. Now, a light accumulation is possible. Basically, 1,000 feet and higher, we'll be seeing a little more of it. And you can see by Monday afternoon, we transition into more showers. Our temperatures are going to be well above freezing, but still cool for this time of year. I'm forecasting daytime highs in the next couple of days, only right around the mid, maybe the upper 40s in a few spots. So this morning there could be a few spots around the city that starts to see a little bit of some snow showers, but again, it's short-lived because heading into the overnight hours, we'll really see a better shot of seeing a threat of some snow showers. And coming up in my detailed forecast, I'll talk more about how long this stretch of cold conditions will be staying with us.
All right, Joe Ranieri, thanks very much. The Riverside fire in September 2020 near Estacada forced evacuations and road closures, some of which are still in place more than a year and a half later. But soon, one section of Oregon Highway 224 will be back open.
And that's good news for people who love the outdoors, who want to have access to the river, or are just curious to see what the forest looks like now. Now, Christine Pirawanich toured the area this week.
We're here along Oregon Highway 224 east of Estacada. A 19-mile-long stretch has been closed since the Riverside fire in 2020. But come May 1st, it'll be open. For the first time on a tour, we're getting a chance to see the damage that crews have to deal with. Okay, we have hit the road, and our first stop is Lazy Bend Campground.
This is pretty representative of our fire-impacted wreck sites as a whole up and down 224 corridor.
Lazy Bend Campground, which used to have running water and electricity before the fire, is unrecognizable. Representatives from the Forest Service and ODOT say there's still a lot of work to be done.
You look at the steep cliffs along the highways through here, leads to a lot of rockfall dangers. That's been one of the biggest struggles for us to get this piece of highway open again.
But in an effort to get the highway back open, crews have been busy with tree and rock falls, as well as installing roughly 11 miles of new guardrail.
We will be doing a lot of paving this summer.
We're here near milepost 36, and we're at a complete stop because crews are doing some rockfall work. This summer, I'm told drivers can expect similar delays because there will be work zones dedicated to addressing these types of hazards along the highway, even when it does reopen.
This area here is one of the most hazardous rockfall areas we identified early on in here, and this is one of several. But right now we have a contractor hanging what they call post-supported draped mesh.
A little further down 224, we stopped at the last campground of the day.
We're here at Fish Creek Campground, just short of Roaring River. This is where we're going to be turning around as a tour group, but a Forest Service spokesperson tells me the trees in this area, well, up to 90% of them were killed during the fire, which is why it'll take so long to restore these campgrounds and trailheads nearby.
The May 1 opening of 224, there's going to be limited opportunities up here The big gains in recreation access are going to be when the forest is able to open the remainder of our Forest Service system roads.
And it's unclear how long it'll take for those Forest Service roads to reopen. Right now, trees are still being cleared out. But ODOT says until those Forest Service roads are back open, Highway 224 will be essentially a dead-end road. Drivers will have to turn around near the Ripplebrook Ranger Station. Christine Pitawanich, KGW News.
Fire and police from across the Portland metro are coming off a busy start to the weekend. Multiple crashes involving wrong-way drivers sent several people to the hospital Friday night. In Tualatin, firefighters responded to a major crash on Highway 217 near 72nd Avenue. 2 cars collided, trapping at least 2 people inside. In total, 5 people were sent to the hospital. And in Portland, police responded to a wrong-way crash near I-5 and the Burnside Bridge. Officers say 20-year-old Dakota Bowen of Corbett was driving while drunk and nearly hit a semi-truck head-on. Bowen's SUV sideswiped the truck, destroying the vehicle. He was taken to the hospital, and police described his injuries as non-traumatic.
Also in your headlines this morning, hundreds of people gathered at Portland State University to celebrate the life of a student who was shot and killed early Monday morning. 19-year-old Mara Marluk was a music major at PSU and a community activist. Police have charged Keenan Harpole with her murder. The 20-year-old freshman is a former Portland State football player. He pleaded not guilty in his first court appearance on Tuesday. Well, after days of searching, members of the Mount Hood Meadows Ski Patrol have found the body of a snowboarder who was missing. Rescuers identified the snowboarder as 30-year-old Ryan Mather of Aloha. Search crews found him yesterday afternoon in avalanche debris in the Heather Canyon area. Mather was first reported missing on April 5th. Well, 2 years after wildfires destroyed thousands of homes in Oregon, a group is still working to help survivors. Volunteers from Associated General Contractors meet twice a week to build sheds for people whose homes were destroyed in the Beachy Creek fire. The group started the process last year and said it's meaningful to meet the people going through this. So far, volunteers have built 70 sheds and hope to reach 80 by the end of May.
Now, today is the last day to donate your deposit for recycling bottles or cans to help with relief in Ukraine. The donations from this fundraiser benefit the Mercy Corps Ukraine Relief Fund. So far, $134,000 have been raised. Organizers hope to reach $150,000. Just take your containers to any redemption center, or you can also donate your balance online if you have a Bottle Drop account.
Well, the second week in the trial of Nancy Crampton Brophy begins tomorrow. Crampton Brophy is accused of killing her husband, Daniel Brophy, a chef instructor at the Oregon Culinary Institute. Both of Daniel's parents were the last to take the stand last week and revealed more about their son and the day that he died. Jack Brophy said his son never told him about financial problems, but he did say he loaned Nancy $50,000 one time because she wanted to open a sandwich shop. But the couple only paid a quarter of that money back. Jack Brophy said Dan never spoke about his relationship with Nancy. Karen Brophy later testified, saying Nancy had discussed buying a gun years before Dan's death. The trial is expected to last for the next few weeks.
All right, coming up, we take a look at a new report detailing how Portland police collected data on people during the 2020 protests downtown.